I say welcome to the queendom. It's a holy sanctuary. Make a blessing on my body, cause I find it necessary. I free my femininity, I'll let my body move while I got Shakti raining over me. Gave birth to all this energy.
Welcome, sister.
My thighs, I have the universe inside of me, a queendom. I say welcome to the queendom. And in my queendom, on my walls I made the mirrors, so if you can't see yourself, let your reflection make it clearer. In the queendom, women praising other women.
I just want to listen to this song right to the end. And yeah, so
didn't mean to do that.
And we're on. Welcome everyone to day seven of this beautiful Future Feminine experience. And I want to say a really big thank you to those of you who have been here live every single day. We see you, we love you, and we appreciate you. And also those of you who have been coming in and out, and also those of you who are watching the replay. We really appreciate and love spending this time with you. And today we are really excited to keep on this beautiful spiral and spiraling upward, inward, onward into more and more of the future feminine. And really, you know, some of the feedback we've heard is like, tell me more about this future feminine. Like, what actually is it? And I think this is a really key point because the future feminine, like so many things, actually needs to be experienced. It's like our minds want to try and understand that. So tell me the actual thing, and what is it, and how is it, and why is it, and what about we allow it to be a concept, an experience, something to be felt, because I think this is the new part of it. This is the new teaching of it. We're so used to using our brains to figure it out. What about we allow our whole selves to be present and be in the mystery and the unfolding of it? Because she is an essence. She is an archetype, if you will. She is what I'm being shown is this new way of leadership that, and you know, Tanya and I are in it, this new way of leadership that is very creative. It's very different to what we have done. And it is feminine essence in her full flow. And yet, what do we require for that? We require a beautiful, integrated, healthy, healed inner masculine as well. And so this is what we're exploring today, this sacred union piece, because we're spiraling up into source. And so we are inviting this energy of, you know, I'm reminded of our last call when we were looking and feeling into and experimenting with source and the integrity of that. And she came through as, what about if source is joy and joy is source? So let us ground into the space so that we can fully invite this energy within us. So I'd love you to take your essential oil, everyone you feel called to, and go ahead and just breathing it 3 times as you're washing your aura. Allowing that plant energy, that plant medicine to ripple through your body. Oh, with that intention of allowing yourself to come fully into your body. And so closing down your eyes. And if you have space, actually, I'd love you to stand up. Stand up. And I love Tanya's little invitation to kind of bounce, to really arrive in your body and feeling in your body. Because so often we can mistake source for being outside of us. We can forget that source actually is also within us. And so can we connect with that source within us to then connect with the source all around us? So just bobbing and just gently using your knees to actually feel the heels, your heels, and just shaking yourself a little just to activate and also come into that body. And maybe now you just want to allow your hips to flow. I love doing like a figure eight with my hips and just allowing my shoulders to move as well. And just using your breath and your intention to arrive deeply into your body. And when it feels good and true for you, coming into stillness. And with one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, I'm going to go ahead and read our opening invocation. I welcome you as a member for this gathering. I open this circle to share space with you and honor your truth. I hold you as a member today of our sacred space. This is my gift to you. You belong. I am your sister who sees your power and your truth as a leader. I feel and honor your heart. I accept you for who you are and who you are not. And thank you for showing up in this world and today in this circle. Put down your sword, my sweet sister, for I have come to hold your hand. Release your shield, my dear friend, for I now support you safe in my arms. Speak to me, dear one, whispering, shouting, dancing your heart's deepest desires. And cry with me as we again hold each other, swamping in the face of our pain and fears. Illuminate your brilliance, my beautiful goddess, reflecting like the full moon, the sun's explicit offering. And allow me, as you would a child, the dreams that once danced in your night vision. Build with me, my sister, as we roll up our sleeves and dig deep into the fertile soil of our collective good, co-creating together balance, harmony, and peace on earth, a new world of divine feminine leadership. And I want to invite you now to bend right down, folding down, bringing your hands to the ground and like scooping up the earth and scooping up through your feet, running your hands over your feet, over your legs, all the way up your body. And just allowing yourself to stretch your arms up high and bring them out and around and give yourself a little shake. And come on into the space and let's go ahead and light our candles and stitch in. And I'd love for you to share, what does sacred union feel like? If you could say it in one word, what does sacred union feel like for you? Lighting candles. The word that comes to mind for me, sacred union feels delicious.
Solid.
Respect, change. Creation, peaceful, comfort. I think we had wholeness, stability, whole, commitment. Isn't that interesting? I love it. Inclusive. All right. So I really want to, again, just weave back into the future feminine is a new concept. So it's okay if we don't fully get it right now. And also, can you allow yourself to feel it? Can you allow yourself to move in, out of your mind and into your body? And this is not to discount the mind, But really, there's this really strong message coming through about how, as feminine leaders, it, we are required now to be our most powerful, aligned, coherent selves. We are required now to step fully into our brilliance, fully into our uh, self-expression of who we are, so that we can carry the exact message and destiny and ripple effect that we were put on this earth for at this very time now. And what we see is that we have been spending all this beautiful time really reconnecting with our feminine, really being in the healing of that, really being in the reclaiming of that. And also, you're all incredibly smart and intelligent women. And I know you know this, so I don't want to dumb it down at all. However, there is beauty and simplicity too. It's about remembering that as women, as humans, right? Regardless of our gender, we have that masculine and feminine within us. And so the question is, what if actually what is required now is, as feminine leaders, we're really leaning into the relationship we have with our inner masculine? Because in order for us to be the stewards of a new era, a new earth, a new way of being, we as the feminine go first. And how are we creating space for healing the masculine on a collective, global level? It starts from within. Everything starts from within. And so this conversation around, yes, attending to and tending to our healthy feminine, and also equally attending to and tending to a healthy masculine. Because when they work together, when they are in that sacred union, that is when it allows us to be our whole selves. That is when it allows us to have that structure. Like I love, one of my friends once described my relationship with my husband, because I'm very feminine and he's very masculine. And so she said, I watch you two together. And she showed me this. And she said, this is what Mike is. Mike is my husband. He is these strong hands that just hold you, and you just float in here and flow in here. And I always love that visual. However, and so, I guess I'm just using that as a visual. And can we take that within ourselves? Can we really feel into, how does that look and feel for me? What is my relationship with my healthy masculine? Because in order for us to be in sacred union with self, sisterhood, source, and service, we can't leave that out. And so, the wounded masculine shows up in those patterns that we have learned so well around control, around avoidance, around pushing and being in the doing. And I don't want to make it wrong. It's not wrong doing. However, if we do it at the expense of allowing us to bring our whole selves, then something's off. So, I'd love for you to pop in the chat, like, what does the unhealthy masculine look like or feel like for you? Just start putting some words in there. I know that I can get into like head down, bum up, like even the words that I start using kind of become quite rigid, quite, forcing. What else have we got here? Ego, even the patterning of like perfectionism and got to get this right, let's fucking go. I mean, I don't mind a let's fucking go sometimes when it's a war cry, like that's a healthy thing. But yeah, contracted, yes. Pushing boundaries, yes. Driven, yes. And I feel like there's a really healthy version of driven as well. Um, Wounded. Well, yeah, the wounded masculine, what does he do? He acts out. What does the wounded feminine do? Right? We've talked about her. She acts out her little girl and her inner teenager. And so the wounded masculine has uh that inner child and inner teenager. So yeah, that makes sense. So what else have we got here? Um, I I'm just feeling into what do you think then if we're in our wounded masculine, what do you think is the impact of that on our inner feminine? What happens to her? If we don't have that beautiful structure, that beautiful inner, I've got you, I've got your back, you can trust me. What do you think happens? She gets pushed aside. Yeah. And how does how does that unfold for her? A woman who can't relax. Yeah, because she's hyper vigilant, because she's feeling like I got to, do this all on my own. What else do you think happens for her? She shrinks herself. Yes. Yeah. So there's those two polarities, right? She can't relax, so she becomes, you know, big, or she shrinks herself, she collapses. And like, again, like the classic analogy of the glass, right? The glass being the masculine, the water being the feminine, or if you like that, this also looks like your pelvic bowl, doesn't it? Like your hips and all that too. Like if that's not there, what happens? Like energy leaks. We get depleted. She loses her voice, loses her softness, loses self-trust. Yes, I was really hoping that word would come up. Trust. And what are the ways when she doesn't have trust, her creativity dims, and creation is the new way of prosperity. This is what is happening, especially in the change of in human design, Jinkies terms, the epoch happening 2027, the new way of prosperity, the new way of leadership, the new way is creation first, understanding that we are creative beings and we can create whatever we want, because that is why we were put on this earth as human beings to play in creation. So if we don't have that beautiful, strong structure, what are those other things that show up for us? And let me be more specific around that. What are the classic examples of in our feminine leadership world? What do we assign as a masculine energy in terms of our business? And if you want to take yourself off mute, like and speak into that, please do. Or put, yeah, finances. Thanks, Yums. Hands up, who wants to be a wealthy woman? Yeah, hey, mama to that. And uh, yes, Stale City, yes. And also, so if we're wanting to be a wealthy woman, what do you think is required? And yeah, what do you think is required? Action, yes. What else? Drive and motivation, yes. And what else? Momentum. Mm-hmm. I love that word. Cash flow, self-confidence, trust in self. There it is again. Beautiful. Yep. Self-trust. So in order to be a wealthy woman, It's really interesting that this is coming through, that this is what wants to come through, because I feel like this really is that macro representation of feminine leadership that hasn't met her potential yet, possibly. Has she fully met her potential in being able to? And so what is the missing piece? Is it the inner masculine? Is it the structure? Is it that I've got your back, babe? You go be you. You go be amazing. You go shine your light. You go do those courageous things because you know what? I'm always here for you. I've always got you. And we've actually been speaking about this throughout the Future Feminine, this concept of I belong to myself first. I trust myself first. I've got my own back first. And so I'm just getting all these beautiful tingly feelings all over my body in this yes, yes, yes. It's like she's saying, yes, let's have this conversation. Let's be in this. Let's really understand this sacred union enables us to be wealthy women. And what I would love to propose, because perhaps if you're not feeling wealthy financially at the moment, I would love to propose, where are you feeling wealthy in your life? I feel incredibly wealthy in my family. I feel incredibly wealthy in my relationships. I feel incredibly wealthy in my self-worth. Go ahead and type, or if you want to speak, where are you feeling wealthy right now? And maybe you're feeling wealthy, like you cashed out. You're like, yeah, I'm here for it. So my relationships feeling wealthy, my inner strength feeling wealthy. What else? Spiritual strength, yes. And so the masculine helps us uh, take this beautiful creative energy and give her a vehicle, gives her a vehicle to create in the world, to create movements in the world, to create meaning and purpose, to create beauty. And so I just really wanted to give this experience of expanding our minds as to what sacred union means, and always coming back to the micro, because we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. I'm feeling wealthy in my family, relationships, and opportunities. I love it. So I want to like bring you into this conversation, Tanya. I really want you to help me ground this as you always do, and just being in well, yeah, adding your flavor, adding your perspective. What does the healthy masculine feel like to you?
Um, within myself.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Um, being purpose driven. It's the inner scaffolding. So the boundaries and it's like the being mission driven and taking action and creating the scaffolding to move forward. And so for me, it's the feminine will weave in of like if we get fixated on the how or the path of like linear, that's not always the way, right? The feminine is the cyclical, and so it's being able to course correct. It's not getting attached to the outcome. It's being able to dance and flow with the obstacles, because the masculine is just like, let's just bulldoze through, and like, it's just the one, it gets kind of fixated, right? Like masculine is hunt the deer, hunt the deer, hunt the deer, and the feminine can be like, wait, I can see the whole field here, right? So yeah, that's what feels like the dance.
Mm, mm. I love it. I love the dance. I want to, I'd love for you to each speak into this. So maybe we go into a paired share. If you wouldn't mind organizing that, pretty please, fabulous Dominique. And the question being, what does a healthy masculine look like and feel like to you? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much attention are you giving him or, the masculine within you?
Let's put that into the chat.
Amazing. I think the rooms are opening.
Oh, okay. All right, welcome back. Anyone want to share? Be nice to get a share from someone who would like to share. Or maybe we could just put a word into the chat. How are you feeling after that share with a partner? Feeling
And
seen and heard and hopeful. Proud of the journey I'm on. Yes, Jen. Beautiful. Seen, connected. All right. Okay.
hmm.
So, yeah, in real time, Peta and I are dancing with this outline. It's yeah, it's interesting how it's like, oh wow, we're like literally playing this out of the how weaving. And that's something also for us to look at is in this sacred union within us. And, when we name the thing and we allow that to be spoken, and, so many times we will hold back, right? And I'll just say what it was. I'm like, I'm not in the outline here. Like, where am I? And I could have just been like, okay, whatever, like Peta's doing a great job. But then I was like, no, okay, so how do we adjust here? Right. And so it's like this weaving with each other, but that first had to come within myself of, okay, here's the inner scaffolding coming of like, I'm gonna speak up. Like I'm not really in the outline. And there's nothing wrong, right? It's not like PETA purposely left me out of the outline. But it's just it's interesting how that's now coming through of when we are in that co-creation, when we're in that dance with others, right? Are we speaking up? right? And that's part of the dance here. And I have to feel that solidity within myself, right? And so yeah, it's like part of it is like taking a stand for myself, right? Backbone, like the spine is straight, not like, a lot of times we go into collapse and we're not going to actually speak. And it's like, where is the inner masculine in that moment? Spine straight, like, yes, okay, put me back in the outline, coach. Um, yeah, okay. So we are going to move forward, and we're going to move into this embodiment piece with some music here. So, sisters, if you can rise with me, let's bring this into the body. And I love that Peta had us stand at the beginning. And I feel like one of my biggest takeaways from this whole experience is let's just stand up more. Let's move more, right? Because we could just get so stuck in our sitting and in our, just being passive. Like, how do we actually be more active in these bodies? So I'm going to put on a song and I'm going to guide us here. So first I'm putting my sound on. Okay. Here we go. So first, feeling your feet on the floor, softening your knees, and letting your belly loosen. Let's roll the shoulders back and letting the shoulders melt. Maybe they just want to kind of move with the song, beginning to move like water. What would that feel like? Is it more in the shoulders? Is it in the hips? Is it in the arms? Feel your body rippling, feeling your circles or your hips circling, maybe even your wrists circling. Arms are flowing. The breath is soft. Take a deep breath in and feel this. How does this feel in the body? This is feminine leadership. Feeling, sensing, expressing, expanding. Letting her breathe. Letting her widen. And sisters, let her take up some space. Ah, how does it feel to give a ah? What sound do you want to make that would express the beautiful movement? Maybe it's that deliciousness of being in more of the silky movement. Can we allow ourselves to enjoy? Do we feel the pleasure? Maybe you want to touch your arm. How does that feel? Your skin. Mm. More. Okay, and now we're gonna switch. We're gonna move into our masculine. So we're gonna pause here, coming to stillness, feeling the ground, rooting into your feet. And here we go. And now lifting your spine, opening the chest, and then holding that center line. And maybe you even want to do this with your hand of feeling the center line of your body. Then letting those movements become more precise. Maybe there's a step that you want to make. Maybe it's like the warrior pose. Or maybe it's hands up, straight lines, rounded legs. And maybe we want to come into more of a horse stance, feeling the strength of your muscles. And what if we gave a punch? Another punch. How does that feel to be moving with power, with purpose, with strength? This is that masculine leadership, direction, clarity, containment, steadiness. Feel the solidity, the groundedness in your body. How does this feel different? What are you noticing? What do you like about this masculine? And then we're going to come to a pause. And we're going to bring these two energies together. So bringing your feminine with you, the fluid, the expressive, the intuitive, and bring your masculine, strong, present, clear. So what would that feel like to be in more of that fluidity with your arms and then bringing it to center and bringing those together? Letting your feminine move while your masculine holds. Letting your feminine feel and your masculine lead. Letting your flow happening inside of structure. Letting softness happen inside of strength. How does it feel to bring these two energies together in a dance? Opening your heart and having that strong spine. Feel the coherence. Feel the sacred union. Let it stand strong and let it feel. Just move, dance with these two energies. How do these energies want to dance together? How do they want to move? Be in your own dance. All right, and then coming to stillness. Closing down your eyes, placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the womb. Feeling the merging, feeling the sacred union. And now we are going to come back to our seats. What did you notice? How did that feel? Was something awakening in you? Were you reminded of anything? Did you have any kind of vision or Anything come up for you in that movement? Anyone want to share?
I
Yeah.
I found each one separately easy to do, but then thinking about combining the two was a lot harder. But when I stopped thinking so much about how I looked and just did it, it became easier.
Oh, yeah. Not worrying about what it looks like. Yeah. It's
It's a
being
big life
genuine.
lesson in there for me.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Beautiful. Anyone else want to share what feels alive in your own sacred union?
So I have a quick share.
Yeah, Rebecca, hold on.
So culturally, growing up in my family culture, male, female were very segregated. You know, we had our roles, we had our things. So, and then, and I had a lot of experiences where I couldn't blend with the masculine in my household, where it did intrigue me. So, but this dance today was the freedom of the feminine masculine for me inside my body. It was allowing the dance to be both. And when I do dance, because I am a dancer, when I do dance, it is truly today with PETA, with that whole support of the masculine and the feminine swirl in the middle. So when I dance, that's what's happening. Is my feminine is swirling on that dance floor, but I feel supported in a way of that I'm confident that I'm probably not going to trip and fall down. So maybe that's what it is. Anyway, so I don't want to go on, but it was the feeling of the balance of masculine and feminine and being supported by both, which is a rare sensation in my upbringing and life. So thank you for that.
Beautiful.
I'll share something which is interesting. I've done hula for 35 years, Hawaiian hula. I mean, I've done it, I've taught it. I had a whole different awareness today that came up about it. It's interesting. It's so obvious now, but I never thought about it, about how it really is. I mean, I know it's balancing the whole body, but suddenly I realized, yeah, you're doing the steps in the lower part of your body. That is creating the container. That's the masculine because that is holding the rhythm. And then the arms are telling the story. And it's just I never got it quite so clearly like that today, how that is really hula is a balance. The steps, the lower part of the body, holding the rhythm, that's holding the form while you're telling the story and being totally creative with your arms. So thank you. That was really wonderful.
Amazing.
Should be so obvious, but it was wonderful. Thank you.
I don't know if I would have gotten that either. Wow, beautiful. Anyone else
Thanks,
have a?
Kalea.
I would like to share. I can't come on camera, but I would like to share. It it felt better in my body to combine them. In my inner sense, it felt more delicious, more, I don't know. So that was interesting.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Trisha. Beaming you. Anyone else? I love how we're having all these shares now. There's always this hesitation. Not now that we've been integrated. Oh, Florence says the sacred union reminds me of my relationship with my husband. I allowed myself to dance and do what I desired as my husband would want. Beautiful.
I want to share that, Kalea, I also as I dance, feel when I tend to dance with my legs spread. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of just because I just felt that solidness in my legs. And I've had an interesting relationship with my legs because I have always felt they were too short, too stocky, too wide, thick ankles, not those long, graceful, feminine legs. And it wasn't until I had I think it was my acupuncturist, this amazing, tall Fijian man, who said, because I'm like, oh, I hate my legs. And he said, what? They are magnificent legs. Look how strong they are. Look how they hold you. And it just suddenly was like, oh, you're right. Anyway, so just share that because I feel that very much, like, yeah, my legs create that base, right? Of then just because then my hips and my shoulders, they just can't help but do this. So yeah, anyway.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. City says, I noticed that I could connect with my emotions easily after the integration. Yes. And do you know what I want to share? I want to name the thing that there was a wonkiness in our circle space in the beginning because it was like I was feeling it was coming through and the words I was saying, but they weren't landing. So what a beautiful felt experience of when the feminine is in the floaty space and she's pulling through all the stuff, but she can't land it, And so then it's like the reflection of if you couldn't connect with your emotions or we weren't really talking as a group in the beginning, because I think everyone was still kind of like, what? Wait, I'm waiting for this to kind of land in myself. And I think that's a really beautiful collective representation of that masculine, feminine within ourselves, and then more broadly within our, me and Tanya working together within our circle space here today. And I'm just loving that Source gave us this experiment to get it in our bodies in a felt experience way. What was I saying at the beginning? Like we can't always think our way through. We've got to feel it and allow it to happen and allow the ripple and trust in the medicine, the magic, the mystery. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
So I'd love for us to end today with a paired share. When I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who. So Dominique, if you could put us into breakouts for, I think we just do like maybe a minute each. If you could just land it with one sentence, we get to be direct. Let's bring our inner masculine in to answer this. When I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who. And then we'll see you back in a couple minutes. And we'll answer this. The three of us can answer this. When I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who others feel connected to and trust. And oh yeah, it's like those two pieces. It's people feel connected to me, and there's a reliability that creates the trust. Yeah. Thank you.
When I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who expands herself and others. I just feel this. I really feel it in my spine, and that this heart open. I haven't got words. I just got movement.
I love it. And I like that in the dance, the heart open and the spine straightening. And I love that. Like, yeah, it's like feeling the heart, but also feeling the spine at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong and open.
Dominique, lay it on us, baby.
When I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who is a grounded conduit for a wealth of wisdom and knowledge.
Yes, you do, Mama.
What? I'm like, oh, she said she's got something coming through. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So we'll tell us afterward, please.
All right, let's bring them back. I'm gonna close them up. Close it up.
Yeah. You're wrapping up, lady. I'm in the follow. Clearly, I need to be in the follow today.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, you're in the lead and the follow. We're in the dance right now.
You're right. I just, you know what I mean? I need. We are.
We're in the dance. It's a beautiful dance.
I love it. It is a beautiful dance. Oh,
I didn't want to step on your toes.
No, my toes were not stepped.
And then we found the groove. Okay, welcome back.
Throw the hook, reel me in. You know that move? The daggy dad move.
Oh yeah. Love it. All right, sisters. I'm going to do a word in the chat. If you could summarize what you just shared into one word, when I lead from sacred union, I become the woman who, one word, what would it be? Or maybe it's 2 words, 1 or 2 words. Expands, trusts herself, connected and reliable, strong and powerful, transmutes, unified, loves, values herself, conduit, embodies intention and intuition. Ooh, loves. Yes. Trust and confidence. Love it. All right, beautiful women. So we got our 2 links for you today. We've got our companion guide and we've got our Facebook share post. Be sure to share on the Facebook. That would be amazing to have all of you just pop in there and just leave a couple words. And tomorrow we're going to have a panel. So I won't be there, but Peta's going to be there leading a panel to have this discussion. I think is going to be super juicy. And these women will be talking about everything, like just kind of weaving it together and having this really rich, beautiful discussion. And yeah, we get to, it's like kind of landing the thing, right? Like the plane, future feminine plane took off. Tomorrow we're going to land it. And then the next day is the last day and we're going to close it. So we're going to land and then we're going to have our completion ceremony on Thursday. So yeah, let's unstitch, shall we? What are you taking from today? Tanya, and I am taking trust, joy, balance, inspired, connectivity. Who has been here all 7 days? live. Kaleo. Who else? I know, I feel like I've seen so many of you like every day, but Kaleo, you're the only one who's been here all the days? Maybe. But many of you have been here many days, which is amazing.
Mhm.
It's so fun to be on the journey.
Mm. Mm.
All right, sisters, we'll see you part of the
See you
days.
tomorrow. Yeah. Many days, great to connect. Yeah. And I am excited about tomorrow and the panel, and really because we're weaving into service and how this embodied feminine leadership becomes that expression of service. And so I'm really excited with this panel of women, of speaking to them about how their feminine leadership shows up in the world, how their service, how they embody that service in the world. And interestingly, because I've been chatting with them in a group, I asked them to post their human design in there as well. So I'm going to be speaking to each of their human design in relation to what they say. So yeah, I'm excited. All right.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, beautiful women. Thank you for those of you who have enjoyed the ride today. See you. Bye.